Hello my scrappy friends and welcome to my channel once again. This is my last share for November for Anna's Craft Cupboard, and once again I am featuring the Annabelle acrylic shapes. So for this page I'm using that gorgeous You and Me title. I really like it, and as I flipped through my photos I found these four of my youngest and me. These photos are a couple of years old, and this was when he was just starting to um, his fun little personality was starting to come out a bit more. So I'm using the Pink Fresh Studio Just a Little Lovely collection, and I'm just going through the ephemera here. The pile that I'm putting up the top is the stuff I'm thinking about using, and then the pile down the bottom is the stuff I'm not thinking about using. I have used the puffy alphas from this collection and written out "and silly selfies" because I wasn't really sure where I was going with this, but you will see that changes a little bit. So I've got the ephemera here. I've also got the mixed embellishment ephemera pieces, and you can see I'm just layering things up and getting an idea of where I want things to go. At this point I decide I want a little something extra, so I'm going to cut some of the florals from this pattern paper. You can see I had those laid out. I think I ended up cutting 4 or 5 of them out, and I've just laid them around the photos and the title. But I did decide that I wanted some extra in the background, so I'm using this, it's by Prima. It is paper texture paste. It gives a really fun finish. It's quite rough actually, but it dries really quickly. I haven't yet played with this adding a lot of media and color over the top, so I'm not sure how it goes, but I have heard from someone I watch on YouTube that it takes color and medium really well. But I really love this through this stencil as well, and it was just a little extra something that I wanted to add to the background. So I've let that dry. It didn't take very long, and I am going to come in with some gold splatters, and I'm literally just sprinkling that over where the where that paper paste is, and then I'm going to come in with some white splatters as well. These are not as obvious with all those little hearts in the background. They don't blend in together, but the white splatters look like it's part of that, which is totally fine. You can see me touching that texture. It's really cool. I really love it. I'm going to trim off my branding strip. And get to putting all of my pieces back. I did want to make sure that my title sits straight. So I'm using my T-square ruler. I don't even know how these broke, but it did. But you can't tell in the end product. Like I said, I'm just using my T-square ruler, making sure that I've got that nice and straight. Now, because of the texture in the background, because of the T-square ruler, this is a little bit tricky to keep that straight while I place everything, but I get there in the end. I'm going to start by sticking together the 2 photos and then the 2 photos, because I've got 2 on either side of the title. You can see I've just had to move that so that I can slip the photo underneath the corner, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm rubbing there and just rubbing off the excess adhesive that's there. So I'm going to bring in the florals here, and I have sped this up super quick. So what I'm going to do is start by sticking all of the bits together, so my photos and my ephemera on top of my photos, before I stick it to the background so that I can get the florals in the place where I want them. Just going to use a little bit of foam here and there. You You can see I've just stuck that floral behind, and I'm going to come in and layer those fussy cut florals as well. I think this one I muck around with for a bit just to get it in the right place. I get it in the right place and I'm like, oh, I'm covering his face. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to layer that one behind. And I really love how this all just kind of nestles together in the end. Some of it goes under, some of it goes over. You can see I'm starting to have a hard time because I've got that T-square ruler there. I'm like, where am I going to start sticking without sticking everything? I'm going to add some foam underneath some areas of these florals for a bit of extra dimension, and you can see here I am starting to stick my two clusters down, scribbling down the date so that I don't have to go searching for it again. And I'm going to bring that T-square ruler back in again and start sticking my title down. Cleaning up some of the extra glue I've got smooshing out from the sides. I've always got something on my hands. I show up at school run and I've got stuff all over my hands. Makes me laugh. I guess it means I've had a productive day, right? And I'm just using my T-square ruler again at the top to make sure this is straight. Sorry for my buffer head. Just using my tacky glue to stick it all down, and then I've got this weight. I'm just going to plonk that on top. So at this point is where I decided that I wanted to change that subtitle. And I just go with the silly selfies, take out the word and. I feel like it just kind of fits better and the colours work better. Again, I'm going to do a little bit of tucking, a little bit of over the top, just however it works. I have a whole tray of Annabelle goodies. I'm very lucky, I love them. And I wanted to get some more onto this page. I really like how that heart is tucked over to the right hand side, but I didn't want to just have the two pieces, and I couldn't get the other heart to balance on the other side. It's not so bad under the photo, but I didn't love it. I did try a couple of these swirls because they're nice too. Love that giant heart. See, I've gone back to sticking that heart in the corner there. I tried the rabbit because the rabbit's cute. And I've got a cute kid in the photo with me. Trying the swirls again. Now, I think what I end up using, I got in, so these hearts, I think I got in an exclusive to the crop day, but I'm going to, in the blog post, you'll see that I've linked a couple of other heart pieces in the store, because there are a couple of other options that would work just as well if those scribble hearts don't work. So I'll make sure I link all of those in the blog post for you. I wanted to add a little bit of something else to the left hand side because I feel like we've moved a lot over to the right hand side. So I've got this ephemera piece, it's in green, it says just us. I'm like, that's a bit cute. And I'm going to tuck that in and stick the other smaller heart just above that. And this all just kind of nestles together, part of it under, part of it over. I really like this vertical design, something different. It's fairly clean, but I really like it. I really like the way it turned out. I think I'm going to add in, add in my journaling using a black pen, add in the date, And then I believe I'm going to come in with a few black splatters. Yeah, so I just use a paintbrush and get a few really tiny little black splatters, and really close to all of the stuff that I've got happening there with the black and white florals, the black journaling. I thought this just finished the page off. A little bit up the top there. You can see I'm just trying to make sure that I get just a little bit without it being too much. I'm going to give you some close-ups on the video. I really like how this page turned out. It was fairly easy to put together as well once I worked out my placement. I did muck around a little bit off camera to work out where the title and the photos were going, because I don't normally work with 4 photos. They are fairly small, but I really love this. Off camera, you can see I've added a few of the enamel dots from the mixed embellishment pack, and I've also added some of those word phrase stickers as well from the same collection. So again, I'll make sure I link everything in the description box below, including the blog post. If you have any questions, please make sure you leave them below. As always, thank you ever so much for stopping by. I hope you have enjoyed this non-stop week of shares. I'm pretty impressed with myself. I got off a plane and I've shared something every day. Anyway, thank you ever so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it, and I will be back again very soon with another share, maybe something from my stash. Thanks for stopping by.